Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've been seeing all your comments on TikTok asking me for reviews analysis for this one, so today it's finally happening. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not delay any further and jump right into the details. So this laser projector showed up this weekend, and I've been living with it long enough to form a real, not perfect, but impressive impression. I didn't have a frame of reference before, but the first time I fired it up onto a 110-inch Elite Screens' Aeon screen, I was hooked. The image quality is the kind that makes you lean back and say, wow, with colors that feel rich and a sharpness that keeps fast motion from getting muddy. It also lives up to the hype for gaming with surprisingly low latency, which was a big factor for me. Setting it up was a mix of easy wins and a few quirks you'll want to know about. The phone app for alignment is actually handy and surprisingly effective at filling the screen without edge bleed. You start with a rough placement and then the app helps you dial in the geometry, which saved me a ton of fiddling. But make no mistake, the alignment process can be a bit of a patience test. It's very sensitive to tiny shifts, so you'll spend some time tweaking the rear height and only then fine-tuning the left and right. Okay, the software side, this is this projector's big double-edged sword. Android TV is fine for what it is, but I wouldn't call it refined. It's not as polished as a dedicated streamer like Nvidia Shield, and there are quirks that make you wish for more features and stability. Netflix isn't supported out of the box, which is a bummer if you want a quick, all-in-one setup without a separate streaming device. You boot into Android TV by default, so if you prefer a particular HDMI input route, you'll be jumping around the menu to switch sources. The built-in streaming can be flaky at times, with buffering hiccups that required reboots in earlier firmware. I haven't seen that with firmware version 1.2 yet, but I'm keeping expectations tempered. The HDMI IRC situation is another wonky area. IRC behaves inconsistently. Sometimes it links, sometimes it doesn't, and you end up disabling and re-enabling it with each power cycle. If you never power off the receiver, you'll be fine, but that's not how most setups work. Audio paths are a mixed bag. The ARC out to a soundbar pair is easy for the main HDMI input, but the game console input doesn't pass ARC, so you're choosing between optical or the projector speakers. The projector speakers are okay, but bass can rattle a bit, which is a little odd for a device at this level. The convenience would be better if IRC worked across inputs as a default. The focus and alignment controls are solid in theory, but the manual focus ring can feel a touch toy-like and not terribly precise. And there's a motion sensor that shuts things off if you get up. Be mindful when you're adjusting on the fly. I solved that by teaching the remote to wake it up rather than reaching for the power. Bottom line, this laser projector delivers stunning picture quality and a genuinely immersive setup, especially with a big screen and a solid sound system. It's not perfect software quirks, workflow inconveniences, and some hardware rough edges, but the visuals and the gaming performance are compelling enough that I'd still recommend it if you're okay navigating a few software potholes. It's a significant investment, but the overall experience has been worth it for me. That's it for today's review. Thanks for watching. I hope it helped you out. If you're interested, I've left a link in the description where you can check it out. Sometimes there are good discounts available there. See you next time.